Hello again, Paul here. Today I thought I would do a few videos over the next week or so of certain items that I have in my bug out bag or my hunting pack. Now today we're going to talk about my charger. This is a battery pack. It's a 15,000 milliamps made by X-Dragon. I use this to charge my phone when I'm camping, in the bush, hunting. The main reasons is not for the fact that I use my phone to video or take pictures or call or whatnot, but with hunting in the areas that I'm in, I use my phone mostly for the GPS, which works with or without cell phone signal, and also I use an app called iHunt Alberta, which tracks my hunting areas and also which zones I'm in and gives me all the regulations, and I can link it to my other hunting buddies and we can see where each other are. So I like to keep this in my backpack, fully charged all the time. This unit will charge my phone about 6 times. Now it does come with a solar panel here, which they advertise for charging this unit, but only in emergency situations. And believe me, they mean in emergency situations. I've had this thing for a little while now. I've run this totally dead using this large light. It stayed on about 14 and a half hours and then just shut itself off. So I threw this thing out in the windowsill in the sun, direct sunlight. It took about 5 days for this to charge. It's a very small solar panel, and really it's quite a large battery. 15,000 milliamps is a big battery. So it took about 5 days for this to charge, and it never really peaked out. Maybe in the summer it would peak out its charge, but not during the winter hours here. But it did do what it was supposed to do. It did charge itself. And in saying that, if my phone was dead, I plugged my phone into this, I charged my phone. It takes about 3 hours. I unhook it, throw this thing back out in the sunlight. It will be charged before I need to charge my phone again. So theoretically, it will keep my phone charged indefinitely and never run out. It has a few nice little features. One, like I mentioned, is light here. But there's a little button on the side. Push the button once, and it tells you the status of the battery. So it's at 4 dots, so it's fully charged. You push that twice, you use it as a flashlight. It's a pretty bright light, works well. And like I said, this is about 14 and a half hours that stays on. Push the button again, flashes. I guess you could use this in an emergency situation if you needed to let someone know that there was a problem or they could find you. Press again. Of course, it shuts off. Now, if we take this and we hold it up to my light here, you'll see it comes on, and that's the way it will stay forever in the sun. It never seems to peak out. It'd be interesting to see in the summertime here in Alberta when we have 15, 16 hours of sunlight to see if that will actually charge itself. One thing is it comes with 2 USB ports and a micro USB port. The micro one is, of course, you can plug this into a USB charger or a wall charger to charge it as well. These 2 USB charging ports for your phone or other devices. Number 1 here, they say, is the standard 5 volt 1 amp. Port number 2 is supposed to be fast charge, 5 volt 2 amp. I've charged my phone on both of these, and both times it took almost exactly 3 hours. I don't think there's any difference. I don't have a meter that I can somehow test the end of a USB cable to see what's actually putting out. But like I said, it's supposed to be 1 amp, and this one's supposed to be 2 amps. But to me, by the way they charge, they're both about 1.5 amps. And that's all there is to it. Bad things about this unit that I don't like. One, when I bought this, it looked like it was a nice rugged unit, rubber wrapped, so drop resistant or whatnot. But this is all just hard plastic, everything. There's nothing, it's one complete sealed unit. It looks like there's screws in on it and bolts, but they're just molded into the plastic to look that way. But for the price I paid for it. I think I paid like $22 for this thing on Amazon. I can't really complain too much about that. It does say it's splash resistant. I would not want to splash much on this at all. This side looks really well sealed. It's glued. You can see the little rubber insert around this light. This side though, if I push on this, I can actually open. I don't know if we can see that. I can actually open the seal just by pushing on my finger just a little bit. So I would not want to get much splashed on here. Maybe some damp mist or something like that, but maybe a little bit of snow. But other than that, I would not put water on this unit. Now I do keep my items fairly dry, so I'm not real concerned about it. It's a little bit annoying because it is a little bit cheaper. You know, not that I paid a lot for it, but cheaply made compared to what I thought it would be. But it does what it says, and it works well for what it is. So I'll keep it for a while, and I'll test it out for a full summer coming up here and see what it's like. Now it does come with this other little light here. It's a little bendy light, so if you're reading a book or you want to set it up, if you're set it on a stump so you're starting a fire, it just plugs in the end of the USB port and works as well. This thing, I don't know how long it goes for. Longer than a day. Longer than 18 hours. It's not real bright, but it does work well. But it does last a long time. A lot longer than the main light on the back here. So anyway, that's just a few of my thoughts on that item. And this would be volume 1, I guess. So we'll tune in for volume 2 at another date, and we'll see what else I have in my pack.